My name is Ty, and I am from the Nanticoke Lenape Nation in Bridgeton, New Jersey. Today, I'm introducing my Native Americans, children's, and inspirational spiritual books. I write to give voice to the voiceless, to give a name to the nameless, and to give a face to the faceless. I write to give identity to those who have had their identity stolen with the stroke of a pen. And for centuries, history has taught about our people as if we are something from the past, as if we are a relic. Our books in school talk about us like we do not exist and that we are no longer walking on this earth. Then when we are taught in the home, it contradicts what we are taught in schools. This has always caused a confusion for my grandparents and my parents and myself. I have taken it upon myself to change the way stories are told, to give a name to the nameless, to give a voice to the voiceless, to give a face to the faceless. I write these stories so that my children and grandchildren can have a sense of familiarity, so that when they come home from school with an inadequate history taught about our people, that they are no longer confused. We all have wonderful imaginations and hear the stories from our elders, that we could put a name and a face to these stories. Yes, these stories are my imagination. The stories give our people a name, a face, and a place from their inception to now. With the next video series, I'm going to introduce each book, explain where they came from in my imagination and what they mean to me, and I will read the stories in full so that you can enjoy the books as well. The first book I want to introduce is The Tale of the Turkey's Detailed Tale. This whimsical rhyming book tells about how we discovered each other, what we had to offer, and how trading began. We reveal history, and it allows children to use their great imagination about subjects that have deep hidden meanings of the way things really are. Chikënëm was a great, grand, and masterful turkey and told man elaborate tales about many subjects. This story is excellent for all ages. The Creator's Great Soup. This fun story is about how we are all related. Did you know that all Native American cultures offer many different creation legends? Ideas and stories about the beginning of the world are different, but all conclude that we are all related. We must teach the children about nature and the relationships at an early age for them to be able to develop rich and meaningful thinking and decisions. This too is excellent for all ages. The next book is called The Blossoms of Bright Flower. These writings are by me starting at the age of 13 in 1976 through 2020. I know this book is different from traditional anthologies. However, I felt that it best represents my expressions. It is not a mistake that my name is Bright Flower, and this book is a compilation of my writings as my flowers blossom. I chose the name The Blossom of Bright Flower because it represents my blossoming from the time I was a child to life today. I decided to create a colorful array of pictures to accompany this anthology, and this creation celebrates my Native American heritage as a part of my expressions. The illustrator captured each thought with beautiful images with deep hidden meanings by using patterns that enhance the reading and thought process. This story is also excellent for all ages. The next one is The Wishing Doll. Do wishes really come true? What happens when we desire? What does admiration mean? We will all learn a lesson from one little Lenape girl and her incredible story of wisdom. Luckily for Mahala, not all wishes come true. This story tells of wisdom of an ancient culture. The Nanticoke Lenape and Mahala lived in the Chikënëm Lenape village in a place that we now call New Jersey. Her home was right along the Chikënëm River between the bay and the streams that we bring to life with imagination from a village hundreds of years before the natives discovered the Europeans. The illustrations of this book are incredible, and the artist intrigues each page with amazing details. The next is the Whisper Wind Song. This story tells of wisdom of our ancient culture. Alaya lived in the Chikënëm Lenape village. This book tells of defeat and triumph and never giving up. Parts of this book are a personal story of myself. Seek the Better Place. This story tells how you can be satisfied with your accomplishments. People will always have a little more and people may have a little less. But if we are seeking in the wrong places, then this story tells about a lesson and how we once lived in the Chikënëm Lenape village called New Jersey. He Talks to Birds. This book corrects the history of the purple martin bird house and how we created it, and it really came from Lenape traditions. Precious Chikënëm Lenape crabs. This story is only a part of our life based on us as a people and our experiences. Although we face many changes, the fact remains that we are our ancestors as we are their children. This book was written so that I can share my experiences of walking the ditches, going crabbing with my dad, Chief Quiet Hawk Mark Gould, to gather crabs so that my children and grandchildren can have hopes that they will have this experience as well. Chikënëm Lenape Village Tales Coloring and Activity Book. This combines the first 5 children's books into wonderful activities that are fun for all. I also created to celebrate my first 2 books, a hard copy, upside down, double book. So this is a hard copy. It begins with the beginning of the turkey's tail, detailed tale, then you turn the book upside down, and it is the Creator's Great Soup. And finally, my 2 inspirational books. The first is The Way to Riches is What You Think. Now this treatise is an observation of different methods of teaching that were tried and accomplished by myself. And this is my attempt to help others with prosperity by sharing a small amount of knowledge and practice that has worked for me. This is a mix of poetry, stories, and wisdom, and it ends with a bit of humor as well. The last book that I wanted to share with you is my inspirational book called 2021, Unlock Your Blessings. And it also has a calendar book, Unlock Your Blessings, to companion this. This book was written to bring you the 20 virtues to practice for 28 days in the Lenape lunar calendar. It takes 21 days to form a habit. So we have 20 virtues for 21 days and then 7 days to reflect on the results. And these are to bring blessings in your life. Please support these books by spreading the word on the importance of Native Americans in the conversation of multicultural literature. You can follow my author pages on all social media and Goodreads, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also download my app called Indigenous on Google or Apple. In this app, you'll find many websites for my artwork, books, clothing designs, and access to history of our people. Thank you, and I look forward to sharing each individual book with you. Please subscribe.